Okay, people. So today I wanted to share you an experiment that I ran. It took me about a week to get this sorted. The question is whether it's worth it to take money out of your retirement X amount of years before retirement actually starts. There would be each month that you would take out money in retirement, you prepone that against postpone that many years in advance if the market was within certain criteria. In this case, I'm using 5% off the last last all-time high. So I used the stock history tool, and then I'll actually go over the guts in a different video, but I just wanted to show you the results here. So we have our table with the monthly investment. It doesn't really matter what the monthly investment is. That just tells you what the nest egg is going to be in this many years of investing, this many years early. This is the percent below the last high. This is your year of retirement, and this is the result. This is just the difference between these two. Again, this is the monthly withdrawal number, which you get to by using the goal seek function. Basically, you click on this cell, end of life on time. That's what that stands for. You go to the what if analysis goal seek and tell it that cell, set it to 0 by changing the withdrawal number, and that starts calculating. And it's done. I actually use VBA. So in this example, 2 years early, 1990, we get this number here. And I have a data analysis table here, data table, which is one of these tools here. But that right now it's not actually doing that. It's right now it's every cell there's no formulas in there. Originally I was doing a data table with the dates and percentage for the criteria. It turns out that the percentage didn't really matter. But then I changed the columns to the years early, and that really made a difference. So at first I did the data table, and that did give me some results, but it wasn't accurate enough for some complicated reasons, which is hard to explain. Basically, every time you change the year here, every time it uses a different year to calculate, it doesn't do the goal seek again. So that the data table was only on the using the percentage that was on the same percentage every single time, and therefore, depending on the year, these two numbers were different, weren't really the realistic weren't the scenario that we're looking for. But now I actually have it working. And that's because I used macro to do this. And I'll just show you I'll tell you what I did. I changed the date, and then the macro is doing the goal seek first. And each of these cells had a formula in it that says if the year's early and the date was equal to the corresponding row and column, it would look for that. Then it would tell me this number. Otherwise, it would have some text in it that would say calculate. And then that was the end of that macro. And then I went into the macro and edited it. So the goal seek part is just this part. So this is I basically taught myself a little bit of VBA, just to do this simple thing. I don't know VBA really. And then I did another macro to do this. This basically selects. I went by myself manually to the cell that had the information, copy pasted values, and then I changed the date, the goal seek again, and copy pasted values. So I wanted to automate that. So first I did, without the while loop, I did this. I did it for each cell. How does it work? Yeah, I have to do a for each loop, which I'm not going to explain now. I mean, I'll do it in the guts video. Basically that's how I did it. And then I looped it to go through all of the cells, and then looped to go through every single one of those dates to change to do the goal seek, and then do the copy paste values wherever it populated the number. And that's how I got this table. The actual practical end result is what it says here, and they all have an average. Every single years that have an average of negative. So it turns out that it's not worth it, at least with the data set of with the market between 1990 and 1970. It's not worth it to take your money out, but that doesn't go further back than that. And that's because I think it's because when you're taking money out earlier, when the market's climbing up, you're bound to lose. I mean, I'm not entirely sure how it works, but let's go to the year where we start to lose a lot more. If you go to 1980 and we goal seek it, takes a while for it. We have negative, and I believe that's because we have I'm not entirely sure whether it's because we have a period of very little growth ahead of us in the early 1980s, or it's because we have consistent growth afterwards. I don't know the entire math on that, but that's the deal. Or ideally, what I would have is I would have some sort of pattern projection of the market. I would run through like 100 different options of possibilities of what the market could look like and run my data on that. And then, but that's not happening. And this is basically each of these lines is one of the is X amount of years out. So I think the light blue line is 10 years, which has the best chances, but it's only good until about 1985-ish. So there's that. Thanks for watching, and invest wisely. Let me get out of there.